Welcome, everyone. My name is Eric Mitchell, founder of Clearview Credit LLC, and this is the third module in our credit repair journey. Today, we're going to discuss common issues and what to look for when examining and auditing your credit report. We want to look for questionable information. Now, everyone has a right to dispute anything that is questionable on their credit report. This means anything you don't feel is 100% factually correct. This includes conflicting personal information like your misspelled name or the wrong date of birth. It also includes mixed credit files. These are accounts that include relatives with similar names or even a stranger with the same name as ours. Questionable information also includes errors, mistakes, and duplicate accounts, instances where our identity may have been stolen, and excessive inquiries. Outdated information is another thing to look for. This refers to the length of time the account or negative item has been on our credit report. More on this in another session. Now, how do we find the errors? Hopefully, you have a copy of your credit report from the previous step. Take that copy and follow along. If you don't, you can visit places like annualcreditreport.com, where you're entitled to a free copy of your credit report from each bureau once a year. You can also do a search for places like Smart Credit, Identity, what's another one? My Score IQ. There's a half a dozen places you can go online and get a copy of your credit report with the score. You'll pay a monthly fee ranging anywhere from 15, 20 up to $30 a month. Definitely worth it if you're on a credit repair journey. Even if you're not, just to know what's going on with your credit, you get alerts on a regular basis. So get a copy of your credit report and follow along. Now, although the sequence may differ, all credit reports have the following sections. Personal or identifying information is what we call it, public records, credit history, and inquiries. Identifying information includes things that can identify us: our name, social security number, current and previous address, phone number, date of birth, current and previous employer, sometimes even our spouse's name. Whenever we apply for credit or someone requests our credit, the entity requesting the information must input identifying information about us. This information becomes part of our credit profile, and human error is one of the main reasons why this information may be inaccurate. I mean, what if you hand wrote an application and someone mistook one of the letters for something that it wasn't? Drive versus place, whatever it may be, and it wasn't legible. Data entry. So human error is one of the main reasons why this information may be inaccurate. Now, why is accurate personal information important? Well, employers and insurance companies may pull our credit, and it can be a red flag if a lender pulls our credit and our personal information doesn't match. Also, we don't want to be confused with someone else. We want to check the spelling of our name, our employment information, date of birth, social security number, and addresses. Public records include foreclosures, lawsuits, liens, bankruptcies, and judgments. There are rules for how long something can stay on our credit. So look, for example, for judgments or liens older than 7 years after the judgment was entered. Look for tax liens paid more than 7 years. Bankruptcies not identified by a specific chapter of the bankruptcy code can be grounds for removal. And also look for bankruptcies filed more than 10 years. They shouldn't be there. Also check for lawsuits that you are involved in. In the credit history section, make sure the loan and credit types are labeled correctly. Make sure the balances are correct and consistent amongst the three bureaus. The status dates are correct and consistent across the three bureaus. Look for mixed credit file, someone else's information, someone else's account, maybe your spouse's account, and look for inaccurate account histories, not only in and of themselves, but across the three bureaus. Look for bankruptcy balances not being reported as zero for discharged debts, being listed incorrectly as a co-signer, duplicates from accounts that have gone to collection and been sold and sold and sold again to different agencies, overdue child support more than 7 years old, and anything that looks inaccurate, questionable, outdated, or inconsistent with all bureaus. Now, in a previous section, I reiterated several times inconsistent with all bureaus. Now, this is important. If your balance is 5,000 with one bureau, why would it be 6,000 at another bureau? Okay, inconsistent. Or if it says on one bureau you were 30 days late, but with another bureau it says you were 60 days late, which one is right? That's inconsistent. Okay, so you want to look for different inconsistencies amongst the bureaus, not only whether something looks questionable in and of itself with a specific bureau. Inquiries, they stay on our credit report for 2 years. Soft inquiries don't impact your credit. This is when you check your own credit and can only be seen by you. You want to look for hard inquiries over 2 years old. A lot of inquiries may appear more intimidating than they are. For example, applying for an auto loan may result in many inquiries. Although there may be multiple inquiries, only the first inquiry in a 15 to 30-day period counts. The rest do not. The way the algorithms work is that they allow you to shop for the best rate as a consumer. And so, as long as you shop for that auto loan within a 15 to 30-day period, the only inquiry that counts against your score is the first one. Now, that's not the same when applying for credit cards or personal loans. Those are counted as individual inquiries, and those do hurt your score individually, even within a 15 to 30-day period. So keep that in mind. When you're shopping for a car loan or a mortgage, you have the right to find the best rate for yourself as long as it's within a short period of time. When looking at inquiries, you want to look for inquiries that you did initiate as well, because this could be grounds for deletion and indication of identity theft. In conclusion, credit reports are typically full of errors. There's a high percentage of credit reports with errors in the United States. And we have the right to challenge anything we feel is inaccurate, duplicated, questionable, outdated, or inconsistent across all bureaus. In the next section, we'll explore how to use consumer laws to dispute these items on our credit report. In the meantime, feel free to schedule a free consultation with me to receive a free personalized credit audit where we'll take a look at what is helping you, hurting you, and create a step-by-step strategy to improve your credit today.